I am happy to get this occasion started. I am sad, of course, for the reason for it, but I'm still happy. And it has been an absolute delight to watch all these people being admitted. And I'm only going to single out one person who's been very important to Karin and to me, and that's Michael Halloran. And then I will just stop doing things like that so that we can get on. And let me just say, for my own remarks, not long after Karin was announced as head of the Omohundro, I had a phone call from her. Out of the blue, I didn't even know her, but she asked me if I would be chair of the executive board. And we have had a delightful time ever since. I don't mean that it's always been easy. We've had a lot of things to confront and lots of problems to overcome. They're not quite finished, but boy, has she gotten us off to a good start. I can't imagine somebody who could have done it better in every area of our lives and our life as Omohundro. So we thank Karin. If we were all together, we would raise a glass and drink a toast to her. Since it's virtual, you will see some other people lifting glasses around the room, as it were. And I hope that at some point we will all be together and we can lift a toast to Karin Wulf. I will right now, I think, start introducing the people who are going to speak. And first of all, we have Alan Taylor, a well-known historian and, winner of many prizes. But what is important to us is that he served on the council and then chair of the council and then on the board of the Omohundro. He is somebody who has been devoted to us. We couldn't get along without somebody like that. And so, Alan, I'd like to invite you to say a few words.
Thank you, Barbara. And I offer my toast to thank Karin for sustaining the scholarly preeminence of the OI. You should all pity the person who has only 3 minutes to cover her accomplishments. But I'm grateful that there are others that will pick up the baton and fill out where I fall short. Whenever I would want to get busy, I would just go on the Omohundro Institute website to see what she and the staff were up to. She and they have accomplished wonders, and I only have time to mention a few of the things that they have worked on. They include constructively engaging with the 1619 project, the Georgian Papers project, of course, conducting the annual conference and many special conferences, redesigning the process for selecting postdoctoral fellows. She also has introduced an expanded list of lectures sponsored by the OI, including the Council Lecture, the Vast Early America Lecture, and the William and Mary Quarterly Prize Lecture. Now, all of these enrich the community, the scholarly community at Williamsburg, but they also highlight nationally all of the activity going on at the OI. And more than just sustaining that leadership, she has pursued an ambitious agenda for extending the field. You can't hear the phrase vast early America without thinking of Karin. And she has expanded our field in a manner that's true to her vision to diversify and to include. Rather than see this as a zero-sum game, she has clung also to older topics like the American Revolution and the early Republic as valued parts of the OI's agenda. Her great accomplishments include recruiting and supporting exceptionally talented editors. Josh at the Quarterly, Kathy in Book Publications, and Liz at Ben Franklin's World Podcast. And she has worked hard with the college's leadership to maintain support for the OI through an especially challenging time. When I was on the chair and on the board, when I was the chair of the council and on the board, our great fear was that Karin would burn out. It just didn't seem possible that a person could sustain that much energy and be involved in so many different projects and maintain it all. And we had come to depend on all of that energy. And we wanted her to thrive, and we wanted her to be happy, time to work on her own scholarship. But remarkably, through these years, she has sustained that energy and her commitment to the OI to this very moment. As today's exciting news of the renewed commitment from CW conveys, she has been no lame duck, but has been working relentlessly for our benefit as members of the early American community. For this, I offer my thanks and this toast. Thank you, Karin.
Thank you, Alan. That's a very good snapshot, oil painting of what Karin has contributed. Next, Jim Grossman, who is the executive director of the AHA, is going to make some remarks. And I just want to say that he has been so helpful to us because he has known a world outside of just our, scholarship. And he gave us good sense, he gave us wisdom, and he brought us experience to the OI, and we're deeply grateful. So, Jim?
Thanks, Barbara. That's very generous. And I have to say, I hadn't really prepared myself in a way. Following Alan Taylor in a group of early Americanists is more than a bit intimidating. And I feel like I should just shut up now. I feel a bit like a foreigner here, despite the number of good friends that I see in the room. And this is appropriate, actually, I think, because Karin, one of the things that Karin does well and has done well, is that Karin is very good at making people feel comfortable amidst the many kinds of difference that should be part of all gatherings. And I think she's brought that to Omohundro, and she's brought that to other contexts where she and I work together. And she also brings together friends and colleagues in a way that is admirable and I think different from other people. I cannot, as Alan did, speak in great detail about the kind of work that Karin has done. But what I can say is that one of the things that I think drew me to Karin as a collaborator and the most interesting experience we've had together is actually failure. Karin and I traveled to London together to try to convince British funders that their ideas about open access made no sense for our discipline. We had a good time. We had a nice dinner, and we totally failed. And what I learned was that Karin and I worked together well. It's very easy to feel good about collaboration when you succeed. It's much harder to feel good about collaboration when you fail. And we certainly fail. And I think this talent for collaboration has to do with not only Karin's generosity, but also the fact that Karin is always very candid. We disagree with one another frequently and easily. And Karin has a way not only of disagreeing in a collegial and constructive way, but also of making other people feel comfortable disagreeing. And not everybody is good at that. This collaboration, this ability to collaborate, I think has been the key to the expanded programming at Omohundro. It's not only Karin's intellectual imagination, but it is this ability to collaborate, whether it's with the AHA or with the Library of Congress. Alan referred to Karin's energy. That energy is contagious. And also there's another skill that Karin has, which is very interesting, which is she has the ability to help others be energetic, even when they're tired. I'm not quite sure what that skill is, but it certainly works and it's very useful. So congratulations to Karin, and I feel great sympathy for Omohundro.
But she's left us in good shape. Thank you, Jim. And now Annette Gordon-Reed, who needs no introduction, has been a very good supportive member of the OI. She's not she's quiet and confident and not boasting about anything. So she's perfect for what we wanted on the OI board on which she has served.
Shall I go?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see you. Yes, absolutely, Annette. Thank you.
Okay. Well, this is, as everybody has indicated, a bittersweet occasion. We're happy at the new adventure that Karin is going to go on and to see what she does there. But we're sad to lose her as a part of the group, although we will be in touch and we'll see her, no doubt, and keep in touch over the years. I'm trying to think, it seems as if I've known Karin forever. And I keep rewinding the tape to trying to figure out pinpoint the exact moment, but it seems as if she's always been there as long as I've been a part of the historical profession. And I'd known her quite some time before I was on the search committee for a new executive director. And I got to know her even more during that time period. It's something to see a person. It's very important to see a person give their vision of an organization that you care about, and they're going to come in and take over and carry it forward. And we were just enormously, obviously, impressed with what she had to say and her energy, as Jim mentioned, the energy that she brought to our meetings and to her discussions. And she thought things out very, very well. We knew she loved the field. We knew she loved the organization. And it seemed the perfect fit for us, and we're so glad that we did this. Particularly the part about raising the profile of the Institute that had a great reputation, has always had a wonderful reputation, but to bring it to more people. And she's done that in so many different ways, not just through the conferences and so forth, but through social media, which is where I deal with her now predominantly. She's on always promoting the interests of the Institute. Talking about what the plans were. Vast Early America, we think about that. I try to work that in wherever I can now when I write about this time period. Women also know history. The thing that she started that gave women a shot to say, a listing of women so that the media could call and find people to comment on things instead of the usual suspects all the time. Those are the kinds of things that help the Institute, that help whatever organization you're with, when you can do these collateral things that help people, but also get them to see the kind of thing that you're doing and the importance of the organization with which you're involved. So I am going to miss seeing her in this role. It's wonderful to be associated with her in an organization when she's a part of that. I'm not associated with Brown, but I know she's going to do a wonderful job there. And I look forward to seeing what she brings forward in Providence. And I know that it will be a continuation of the wonderful things that she's done at Omohundro. So I only have water, but I raise my glass.
It's the raising the glass. That's
the point. That's the key.
That's the point. That's the point. That was wonderful, Annette, and so elegantly phrased. One more view we've had of Karin now. And now we turn to Anne Marie, who is the Presidential Liaison for Strategic Cultural Partnerships. That's quite a mouthful. And you have been so helpful to us this past year when things needed a lot of help and support. You helped us at William and Mary, and we're grateful. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Thank you so much, Barbara. It's really an honor to be here with all of you. And I don't know if you can hear this, but outside the windows, the bells are ringing at the historic Wren building. And it just seems very fitting. If I didn't know it was homecoming, I'd say they were ringing themselves in Karin's honor, but it's kind of the perfect backdrop. Karin, we're looking ahead and we see you undertaking an amazing opportunity, a new adventure, and we envision all the ways in which you'll make the John Carter Brown Library even more extraordinary while strengthening scholarship, connecting history and the humanities with ever larger publics, and contributing to the greater good, because that's how you roll. And in honoring you today, we also look back and acknowledge your tremendous contributions. As others have shared with eloquence and poignance, you've made quite the mark. The Omohundro Institute and William and Mary have been transformed by you, Karin, by your passion for vast early America, by the energy and enthusiasm you bring to every endeavor, and there certainly have been quite a few, and by your perseverance to make ideas and visions a reality. It's not overstating to say the Omohundro Institute has soared under your leadership, and William and Mary has soared with it. President Catherine Rowe, Provost Peggy Agouris, former President Taylor Reevely, and former Provost Michael Halloran, who's with us today, join me in thanking you for your myriad contributions over the years, your passion, your vision, your leadership. And I can't help but share an anecdote. When I first was onboarding as vice provost, and I was going to be having the Omohundro Institute as part of my portfolio, Michael Halloran calmed me. The portfolio seemed as vast as early America itself. And he said, oh, you're going to love the Omohundro. That's going to be your joy. The Omohundro is a jewel and Karin is a marvel. You really won't need to do much. She's got this well in hand. And I have loved it, will continue to do so. And it really has been easy because Karin had it well in hand. I add my own additional expression of gratitude to you, Karin, for your creativity and your collegiality in developing partnerships across the university and beyond. And like someone already said, I think it's fitting that we're celebrating you today with the announcement of Colonial Williamsburg's re-engagement as co-sponsor with William and Mary of the Omohundro. Nicely done. You leave a formidable legacy, Karin, and all of us here and so many others whose work and lives you've touched are exceedingly grateful. So I will follow suit, invite us to raise our glasses, our water bottles, and our mugs to honor the one, the only, the very special Karin Wulf. Cheers.
Wow, well put. What a finale to this. Well, Kathy is going to lead us in a round of applause, but before that, I'd like Karin to say a few words, a few sentences, many paragraphs.
Yes, you know me well, Barbara. Many paragraphs. I'm touched beyond words, really, except not beyond words. I'm never really beyond words. You all know that. I want to thank all of you so much for taking time to do this. Every one of you has things to do and obligations and places to be. So thank you so much for being here. And thanks to Alan and to Annette and to Jim and to Anne Marie for your incredibly kind words. As I look across all of your faces, I think how much I've learned from every one of you, for every one of our interactions. That's been the real joy of this work, of course, is the continual learning. I'm so grateful to my colleagues on the staff, to my colleagues at William and Mary, my colleagues in the history department, the incredible William and Mary graduate students in particular. What a gift that has been to work and to learn alongside of you, the council, the board, and the entire OI vast early America community of authors and readers and learners and collaborators. It's been an extraordinary experience. I was saying to someone earlier that this job has been the most fun, hard work ever, which is, I think, about right. I do take joy in it, and sometimes it seems a little odd to be joyful about something as serious as early American history, because I know it is dead serious business. You all have heard me say many times before, but I'll say it again, that this work we do is urgent. It is history, early American history carries a particular burden. It has a particular place in the American national consciousness and around the world. History is the context for our present, and it is the platform on which we build the future. So the work we do as a community of vast early America continues to be exceptionally important. I'm going to look so forward to being part of the Forever OI. I will always be Forever OI, We invented a category some years ago called Forever Council, Forever Board. Then we got to Forever Staff. I think we're just going to do Forever OI. I am really excited and thrilled about the work I'll take up at the John Carter Brown Library, but you know, in part because it will allow me to continue to collaborate on this with this community. So thank you. I could go on, and I'm so tempted to look at every one of you and say all the ways in which you have touched my life and helped me to learn and grow. But I'll just say thank you.
Well, and we all thank you. And now I don't see Kathy here, but Kathy Kelly will lead us in applause. But let me tell you who Kathy is. Kathy will be Karen's, not necessarily permanent successor. Kathy has many other things to do, but she is going to do it now and will do it brilliantly for a period of time. So Kathy, thank you wherever you are.
Thank you, Barbara.
There you are. Good.
Here I am. I want to thank each and every one of you on the screen. I can't see you. I've got a column of your names on the right and little scrolly faces up on the top. I want to thank each one of you for joining us today as we thank Karin for all that she's done for us, for all that she's done for our field, and as we wish her well at the John Carter Brown Library. I'd also like to thank each of you for your continued support and engagement with all of the questions, the pressing questions that Karin just described that come entwined with Vast Early America. All of you are truly central to the remarkable scholarship and programming that's at the heart of all that we do at the Omohundro Institute. And now, if you don't mind unmuting yourself for one final round of applause, we can truly thank Karin all together in community as she has done for us in so many different ways over the years. Are we all unmuted?
Thank you, Karin.
Thank you.
Huzzah is right. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Thank you all. Thank you, Kathy. Forever OI.